What up, Flag fam? I'm Nick. This is Tom. Welcome to episode 8 of Around the Turf.
Today we're going to be giving you guys a recap of the playoff games and the chip that was played last Sunday. And
Championship Sunday just passed, fellas.
Yep, so that will conclude our Winter Bash. You're still going to see some stuff from us, but we have some people on the horn shortly, so we'll get to that. And hope you guys like the show.
Yep. You do not want to miss this. All right, guys. So your 23-24 BFFL WinterBash champions are Twins Barbershop. An improbable story here, folks. From number 4 seed to the champion and hoisting the trophy in the air, Twins pulled it off and are our BFFL WinterBash champions. We're going to get to the game in a minute, but first we got to go into how it happened. Tom, how about you lead this off with Twins versus the 1 seed undefeated Pacha?
So, Nick, both of us had this all wrong.
Very wrong.
Just to bounce off that, none of us expected Twins to win this, but none of us even expected them to get to the chip.
No.
Getting past Pacha was, their biggest. That was their championship.
Yes.
Before the championship.
Yes.
And
it was a chip before the chip.
I can't believe it. I took a rather large line on that game, and I'm not going to say I'm eating my words because I stand by everything I say, but it was a tough loss for Pacha. 17-0. They got left on zip. Not a point
scored. A team that was putting up over 30 points every single game got held up, got a goose egg on them. Unbelievable.
All the top players were on that team. Barber could have been MVP. Tyler Haight is the MVP.
Deservingly so. Nick LePere, Manzuela, Urbanik, Lincoln, Stewart.
Absolutely no one was stopping that team
Rock
until the Twins did.
Congratulations, Twins.
Because that was the major milestone, yes. I think.
And let me piggyback off of you, Tom. You did have a rather large spread. Some might say you might have said 40 points. Now, in your defense here, we were talking as if Declan was going to be the quarterback. What Twins did, they really deceived everybody. They put Declan in as QB for the first play. It was almost a disaster. And then they took him out immediately, which obviously it was the right move. It led to a win. They kept Pacha at 0, and listen, Twins huddled up, they got together as a team, they game planned, they strategized this game. And this is what it comes down to. In the BFFL, in this league, you have teams that strategize, that practice, that run plays, and then you have other teams that just show up and play. And it goes to show, when you put through a game plan, it works. Pacha got a little too cocky here. They kind of just thought they could show up and roll everybody. They didn't practice, they didn't care to, they didn't think they needed to. Goes to show you should have practiced. You should have game planned this team because you got game planned and came in with 0 game plan, and look what happened.
They flew a little too close to the sun, and Coach Richard Rinaldi could not bring them down. I think, it's a humbling experience. I think if you were on that Pacha team, you'd feel proud. But I said it earlier in the season, they didn't know how to play from behind. We haven't seen them play from behind up until
Tom's
this
been
point.
waiting for it.
And they did crumble. I knew, Richard couldn't hold them together.
So what happens
it was a big shock. Congratulations to Twins.
Here's some advice I'm going to give Coach Richard Rinaldi for the summer. Get an assistant coach with you that knows the game. Because, Rich, your draft skills were unbelievable. You drafted one of the best teams I've ever seen on paper. You drafted a bunch of dogs. But when it comes time to coach, you need a coach that players respect, a coach that has a game plan and that comes through. Because look what Coach Modica did. He planned for you, and look what happened.
I think at the end of the day, Twins just wanted it more.
They
came there, and they had the
earned
goal
that win
in mind. They wanted to win more. Quite frankly, that's it. Pacha was a little too cocky, and we saw how that went.
And speaking of cocky, Tom, let's go into our next matchup here. Another one we got wrong again. Our championship prediction were the two wrong teams, and we'll be honest here. We messed that up.
Yeah.
You had the 2-seed Baja. They fell to the 3-seed Carters, 14-10. Tom, you got any comments on that one?
Yeah, so I was at that game, and, there was a big collision about, I think it was in the second quarter. Chase lost half his tooth.
Yeah.
Big collision on a little drag route, and I think from that point on, Nick, that team was doomed. They were really shaken up. Chase had to leave the game, and Shane didn't. He didn't look like Shane. He looked like he was lost out there without his number one guy. And you hate to see a guy go out like that.
It sucks,
a tooth injury. That's
Chase,
gotta
heal
suck.
up, man. Heal up.
Mouth guards, everybody. Next season,
Smart
start wearing
idea.
them. This stuff happens. We don't want to see anyone else get hurt out there. Again, same thing. I think Carter's wanted it more. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people on Baja weren't playing their hearts out, because again, I was there and I saw it. But once Chase went down, it looked like so did their game plan, right down the tubes.
And this is another thing that we've been discussing on this show. Baja, really talented team, good team. The vet quarterback who has multiple championships, who's great. But we've been saying all year, they're really only giving the ball to two guys on their offense, which was Chase and then CP. And then you lose one of those two guys, and you don't have a game plan because you didn't build trust with any of your other receivers all year to be able to give them the ball now when it matters most. And it went to show.
So it sucks to see him fall apart like that. Congratulations to Carter for getting through
and
because
Carter's,
they game planned.
Yeah, and Carter's did dominate that game, especially defensively. Carter's really showed up and locked up. They won 14-10, but that 10 didn't come until a touchdown in the last seconds of the game where it didn't matter anyways.
No, I think Lucas had like 2 or 3 sacks on him.
Yeah, Lucas is. We gotta shout Lucas out. A dog. He's not the biggest guy, but this guy grinds. He works hard. He's fast as fuck, and he won't back down to anybody. Nope. I'll tell you that. We'll get into the championship. Whose face he was getting into in the championship, but he will not back down to nobody. Carter's earned that win. Congrats to Coach Jamison Sheehy. Congrats to quarterback Finn Costello and all your skill position weapon players. Everybody on that team is good, and they are a bunch of dogs. And
I noticed forever he was hurt after the championship game. Forever, hope you're healing up well.
Yes, of course.
Hope
We're always rooting for you forever. But, all right, so then here we go, guys. The matchup everybody thought was going to happen. It is the 3-seed Carters versus the 4-seed Twins in the championship. Before we get into it, I got one thing to say about this.
Sure.
The 1-seed curse. Fun fact.
Very real thing.
The 1-seed has never won in the Beacon Flag Football League. They just don't win. No matter, the regular season's important, but when it comes down to playoffs, they get beat. And you got to wonder again, we saw what happened to Pacha. It seems like the 1-seeds, maybe they get a little too cocky and comfortable, while these other teams have something to prove and they go out and earn it.
Listen, there's one thing that there is no lack of in this league, Nick, and that is confidence.
Yeah.
Every team has an abundance of it, you know what I mean? So if you're winning, blowing teams out, undefeated, that confidence is going to turn into cockiness, and that could poison your team, like we saw. The 1-seed curse.
It lives on.
It lives on. It remains a thing. Will someone break it in the future?
Yep.
Hopefully.
But, so now we got our championship, the one everybody thought was going to happen, like I said. Carters versus Twins. Now, interesting matchup. Regular season, Carters was 2-0 against Twins. It was the way the regular season panned out here was Twins was the only team Carters could beat. They lost to Pacha. They lost to Baja until the last game, which we said it was a fun game. They lost to Baja, and they lost to Pedigo. They gave Pedigo their only win of the season. And then Twins coming in, they beat everybody, and then especially after that playoff win against Pacha, they beat everybody except for Carters. So this is a type of matchup here that's very interesting because Twins is hot, Carters is hot. Carters has Twins' number, but it's very hard to beat a team 3 times.
I agree. I think, again, just great preparation comes into it, and I think that was, that might have been the difference maker. Was JJ's team as ready as Mo's team? Mo had a different game plan coming in. He had some different weapons under center. And again, it just comes down to the players on the field. Who wants it more?
And we had a 37-21 final. Now, guys, the score doesn't reflect how close the game was. At first, it looked like Twins was going to rout them, to be honest with you. Twins started out hot, 2-touchdown lead off the gate. Then Carter's came coming back. Carter's was fighting and clawing back in this game. They could never get the lead, but they got close. At one point, they were down 27-26. Basim Dika, interception. Huge interception. Caught by the one and only Forever Williams. This gave Carter's the ball back with a chance to take the lead. They couldn't capitalize on it, though, unfortunately.
You know, I'm sorry to everyone on that Carter's team, you know, coming so close, not getting it. I'm sorry to everyone except Finn.
I'm sorry to you.
You deserve it. I'm not.
That's fair.
Twins, congratulations.
Congratulations, Twins.
You guys earned it.
Congratulations.
Komazar, you know.
And yes.
Declan.
Yep.
Basim, you know.
The whole team. The whole team.
Sturman, Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year, Matt Sturman. I mean, great year, great pickup by Coach Mo. He knew what he was doing. The two QB plan worked for Mo. It was never Declan, but Komazar and Basim, they really held it down, held their own. I was going to say about the fight, so Liebinson Perez, a dog out there. A dog out there. He talks a lot. And what I was saying is, when I was talking about Lucas didn't back out. Lucas got right in his face. And I just had to shout that out. Very respectful there.
Yeah, no, because Liebs is no small fella.
No, he's no small fella.
Not someone I want to get in his face yelling.
But he kept talking, and there was times that you thought a fight was going to break out in this game. It never did. Never did. Twins got it. Twins won it. They held up the trophy. They got the ring. Coach Mo, first ring, hard-earned ring this season. Basim, Declan, back-to-backers. No Fly gets his second. Liebinson gets his second. Congratulations to Twins Barbershop, Christian and Abe Soto. Amazing barbers. They put on for their community. They are Beacon, New York. They love this league. They showed up to the game. They got in their pictures. Twins Barbershop, you deserve this. You should have the trophy hanging up in the barbershop. It's yours. It's your team. We can't wait to see you sponsor us again next year to Twins Barbershop.
That is the longest introduction, I guess, just. I don't know.
You know,
they deserve it.
They're great guys. They deserve it.
Very well
They deserve it.
I think one thing this playoffs has shown us, I want to hear something from you. One thing this playoffs has shown us is that you have no idea what's going to happen in this league.
No.
You know, this playoffs and this championship, no one could have called. Even a weekend before, no one expected that.
No,
so
exactly. You don't know. You don't know.
The players that lost, that should give you hope.
Yep, and we have.
Don't lose.
Well,
next
listen.
time.
Here's what you got. You got to follow the trends, right? One trend: the one seed isn't going to win when you're betting on the summer league. The one seed, you're cursed. Second, fun fact: black jerseys. 3 straight championships. Twins Barbershop wore the blacks this year. Last year, you had Billy Joe's Rib Works, Tom Flynn, wearing the blacks. The year before, you had the Royal Creeps wearing the blacks. So here's what you're looking for. You're looking for a non-1 seed and a black jersey. A non-1 seed and a black jersey. That's your champion. Put the house on it next summer for the summer league. I know I will.
I like how you feel about it, Nick. Coming up, we have our interview with some of the players from Twins, so I'd like to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks.
And potentially Coach Mo in there as well. All right, guys. We are here with some of the champions of the BFFL, Coach Mo Dika, QB1, and the brain, Basim Dika, and Declan Costello. Guys, how you doing?
What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's going on? Champions, yet again.
There we go.
Twins
All the
Barbershop.
doubters, all the haters. Look at this. The champs is here.
So this weekend, you guys took down Carter's. First things first, how does it feel?
Feels great. One of the best feelings to do it with the squad.
Absolutely, there was never a doubt in my mind we would get the job done, especially against Finn and Richard.
It feels good. It feels good that we got a revenge against Finn.
Yeah, it did. Well, the championship matchup, you guys were 0-2 against Carter's, which was a little bit of when I'm looking at the matchup, I'm like, normally on paper I thought you guys were better, but you couldn't get past Carter's until that championship game Do you think it was a different game plan, or do you think just really your first two matchups you just didn't play great?
Well, Nick, I'll tell you, this Twin squad was very dysfunctional in regular season, bad, and we kind of came together as a team though in the playoffs. We just gelled. We didn't give up.
No, you guys didn't. Tom, you got a question?
Yeah, so what preparations did you guys make going into the championship game? What was going through your mind, Coach, and what did you want to execute on the field, and did it get done?
And then even before the championship, in your matchup against Pacha, which nobody had you guys, I'm going to be honest with you, we might have been a little bit off on our predictions. One of us might have been off by over 40 points. Nobody had you. Pacha was undefeated. They were routing every team they played. You guys beat them 16-0. What came into that?
17-0.
17-0.
Don't forget, 17-0.
What came into that?
We prepped for them hard. We knew they were going to underestimate us. We had a team meeting, and we just went all out, all heart. It didn't matter. We were going to play, and it just showed at the game. The boys showed up to play.
Yeah, it came down to preparation at the end of the day. The brains of the operation, Basim Dika, is invaluable. We knew exactly what we wanted to do on defense against this Pacha team, and we knew they weren't going to prepare either. They don't practice. You're not going to play good. And eventually it finally caught up to Pacha, and they were the frauds they were all along. And Zach Barber just is not a playoff quarterback yet.
0-2.
Well, Nick,
0-2. You're right.
Nick and Tom, we as a team decided the night before the game, we came up with a different defensive scheme, and we said, listen, we're going to roll with this defense. If we went in with their classic zone and man defense, we were going to lose. They're just a better team in that formation. So we went with this different formation, and the team decided if we're going to go in this game, we're going to live or die by that zone. And it worked out.
And it worked out. And I'll tell you what, in the Instagram comments, pre-game, Zach Barber was coming at you guys, saying he heard you guys need practice to play them. Well, it looks like your practice was pretty damn smart, huh? You got any other words to say to Zach Barber here? You know, he was very cocky all season. He was really putting up a great year, but when push came to shove, it was a no-show.
Listen, you guys had the video out. It proved itself. Maybe he came back to the game drunk. Who knows?
He's the party
Listen,
guy.
I'll say, he's mentally weak. He let RJ Outlaw get in his head. Let me tell you that. Middle of the game.
Quote that. Barber's going to have to come with some fire during the summer.
So Sunday game comes around. You guys all season, big question mark at QB, especially with the scandal of drafting that guy under center.
Two-time champion, you mean?
Right, what was your plan going in under center? What were you gonna make adjustments if one thing didn't go as planned? What was your plan there?
Our plan was just to go in with the two quarterbacks, see what scheme was going to work and what scheme wasn't.
Two quarterbacks. Which ones? Who?
Listen, we came in with the idea that it was going to be Basim's job. Mm-hmm. Now, Basim, dealing with injuries, goes down. Jason Comazar has been our quarterback for the season, steps up when it matters most, and delivers in the biggest game of the year. We knew he was going to deliver. We just didn't know in which way. And he happened to do it at wide receiver and at quarterback, let alone safety, best in the league.
I'll tell you what, he proved his value as a number one overall pick, and that's for sure. Declan, actually, you played a snap at quarterback for once. Something we waited for. It almost turned disaster. Fortunately, it didn't. But you came out immediately after. So my question's for Coach Modica here. Was that just kind of a play onto the fans? You only wanted to give him one play? Or were you going to actually give him a shot and then he just ruined his shot immediately?
No, that was all for the fan gimmick. Give him a shot at quarterback. Let him have a shot.
Mm-hmm. It was a botched play as well. It was a botched play with a botched handoff. Me and the running back just weren't on the same page and ran into each other. So, a little bit on the both of us there. Okay. But thank God it didn't turn disastrous.
It didn't. No, it didn't. So, Coach Mo, first ring. You've been close a couple of times. You were in a championship last winter season. Over the summer, you guys came in third. You finally came over the hump. Is this like an Andy Reid moment for you? Do you feel like now they're going to keep stacking?
all day, baby. Until I retire, there's gonna be rings around the whole fingers.
Love
That
that.
was going to be my next question. So, what's the plan for the future, Coach? Is there a retirement in your future, or what is your plan?
Well, it depends on what the committee does.
Interesting. I'm going to piggyback off
Yeah.
that. Does in terms of rule changes or how they run things in general, what would you like to see changed?
Well, there shouldn't be some of the committee members shouldn't be on that committee. You know, a lot of biased stuff goes on over there.
You know, I agree.
We agree with that fully. Be
So,
smart
you
for
know-
some non-players to be on that committee. It seems like it would make
Exactly.
sense.
Non-players, non-biased. You know, you can't have some people on there.
Listen, all I
Yeah.
gotta say is I was on the committee last winter, and I saw the corruption. I left pro player.
Look
I
at
would
that.
like to make a correction. From what I hear, at least, Basim didn't leave. I believe he was fired because he was a part of all the corruption. What I will say, from the rumors, breaking news, there will be massive restructuring going on. And, looking at the two of you on screen here, you guys could be seeing some new roles coming up soon based on what the fans and kind of the players want.
Nick, I'll leak this too. There's going to be a local 619 players union being formed this offseason.
That could
That
be useful.
sounds interesting.
Why did
too.
the role-playing bench wide receiver know all this information on the board? Does that raise any question marks?
Before I answer that question, I actually, want to bring up this point to Tom, who loves to hate on me this year. One down year, MVP, 2 rings, compared to your 1 championship. That's very interesting there.
I'm going to stop you right there real quick. Tom does, in fact, have 2 rings. He played on the Royal Creeps. He played for more than half the season on the Royal Creeps. He does get the ring there.
He requested a trade off that team.
He still has the ring. I'm just
So
putting that out
my
there.
2 rings, please continue.
Okay. No MVPs, though. I will like to add that.
I'm a team guy.
Which is interesting. Now, to answer your question there, rumors fly around Beacon, New York. We all know that, especially when it comes to league talk. Commissioner Richard J. Rinaldi, at one point or another, especially when he's at places like the Elks Club, the Hub, tends to let things fly. This is, just rumors I've heard circulating the area. Could be coming from Rich, could be coming from other sources, however, but you never know who's on the board. You two could already be on the board. Us players would have no clue.
Listen, me and
coming
Tom
from
are
2
open and honest. We've been
honest
preaching
people.
open and honest this whole
Yeah.
time. We are not on the board.
No. So we see through your lies, Snake. We see through.
All right, let's digress from the board. Actually, one more board thing before we get off of it. Coach Mo, you had a bunch of trades figured out, and they all got denied from the board. I just want one final comment on that. Me personally, I said it was absolutely ridiculous. If they're going to allow the rule, there's absolutely no way they could try to nitpick who you can and can't get if it's agreed upon between 2 teams. But anything you have to say?
I totally agree with you, Nick. If 2 coaches can become within a trade, it should be allowed. Unless it's like, something outrageous, somebody from the worst player of your team getting traded for a top-notch player, I can see the committee coming in.
Yeah.
But if you have a trade offer from another coach and we both agree, we should be able to accomplish that trade without any repercussions or anything. There should be nobody else telling us what we can do with our teams.
100%.
Fully agreed.
Fully agreed. Definitely something we'll have to bring up for this summer. All right. Now I have a question for Basim. Basim,
What's up, Nick?
back-to-back rings for you. This is your first one. You've really done it more so as a quarterback. You haven't been the full-time quarterback, but you've played more quarterback this year than you did last. You used to always play quarterback. You were always in championships. Do you think you might be one of the most, if not the most, valuable people in this flag league? Because you and championships seem to follow each other. It seems like you have a very good brain and idea for all of this.
Listen, Nick, a lot of people underestimate. I'm not underestimate me. I'm not the most, talented player out there, but I am the most physical, most mentally prepared. I kind of mimic my game like Tom Brady.
Okay.
So I go out there way more prepared than everyone else. Let me tell you, when I go out there.
He has the mindset of, I'm going to beat you.
Yep.
You know what?
5 in a row.
5 in a row. Been in 5 chips in a row.
It's something. It goes
Yeah,
to show
that
something.
does go to show.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say your guy's biggest accomplishment was Pacha on the way to the chip. Just do, they were probably the best team in flag history so far.
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
The Elks Club was up there.
Elks Club's up there.
Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah, they were undefeated.
So,
Wait, undefeated with the hashtag. They got a forfeit on their last game. So
I predicted Perucci to go out and sling 500 yards and 6 touchdowns that game. Beat that, Pacha. It's just a shame.
Oh yeah, see what happened to Pacha in their playoff game? They got a big fat 0.
Yeah, no,
Don't
they
forget
did.
that.
They did.
yeah. No, they
It's
crumbled.
fair talk,
They were playing from behind and they crumbled.
They crumbled.
I
And
called that early
Tom
on.
said it all year. He said he doesn't know if they could play from behind, but who knows if they were gonna? Well, they had to play from behind. And they
We did
score.
say that as a team in the team meeting. We did say, we were like, if we go up early against this Pacha team, I was like, it's going to be hard to get there. But I said, if we do, they're going to crumble.
Because they won't know. They don't know what to do.
They've never played from behind all season.
Barber played Barber football in these playoffs. It's exactly what we expected him to do, honestly.
Interesting. All right. Another question for Basim Dika here. So, Basim, you hurt your leg early in the season. You had to sit out a bit. You came back. Now your shoulder's all messed up. You're going through injuries. You're in rehab mode right now. What is your future looking like for this flag league? Do you plan to play in the summer? Might you retire and go out on top? Or is even maybe coaching in your future?
Well, Nick, I mean, my game's still at the top of this league. I mean, I can't retire when I know I'm the best of the best. Pound for pound, the best quarterback in the league.
Wow.
So, I mean, I will not retire. I'm going to win another chip. They got to take it from me.
Bold. I love that.
One thing
I
that I
love that.
admire about Basim is that confidence.
Yes.
I love that. I love to hear that.
Yes. And the rest of the league, take notice on that.
Yeah.
Please do.
A ring winner.
Prove them wrong if you can.
A ring earner.
Yes, earner.
This is just a minor setback, this shoulder injury. I'll be back, ready to go next season.
Perfect.
So at this point, I think we're going to open up the floor for you guys. You guys want anything you want to say to the viewers?
I got one. I'd like you both to apologize to our team right now for the bad takes and not believing in us. I really respect your guys' show and everything you're doing for this league. It's fantastic work. But you guys got to see the talent on this team. We're champions for a reason.
Tom, you take this one.
So it's gonna look like I'm not looking at you guys. I'm just looking at the camera right above. Declan, Coach Mo, Basim, Twins Barbershop. I would like to take this chance to formally apologize to you guys for absolutely nothing. I would bet against you guys again if you gave me the chance. I think it was a fluke. You got it done.
Oh my God.
But I will apologize for nothing.
Okay.
Very fair.
Hater.
Me personally, I'm going to take some credit, actually, for you guys winning this championship. You guys have pinned my comments in your chats. You guys have gotten pissed off about things I have said and used it as motivation. And what has it done? It's brought you a championship. So all I'm going to say is, you're welcome. You're welcome for the extra fuel, the extra fire behind your guys' asses. And you guys played great. You deserve that championship that you won. You played great, and you're welcome.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to quote one of my players. Stick to the script and you win the chip.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Very good closing remarks there by Coach Modica. I'm excited to see him get some more. I really think he will.
Yeah, no, he's got the taste for it now. I think he wants another one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But,
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining our show, and maybe we'll see you guys soon.
Yep.
Thanks for having us on, guys.
Pleasure, guys. Congratulations.
Twins
Go
number
celebrate.
1 in the world champions.
Go celebrate, guys.
All right, guys, so to round off the episode, we would like to introduce you guys to the 2023-24 BFFL WinterBash award winners. And we have some thank yous and shout outs at the end that we've got to get into. So, Nicholas, will you lead us off?
I would love to, Tom. All right, guys. Here's some shout outs to award winners for our 23-24 Winter Bash season. Starting off, Offensive Player of the Year, Brian Conklin.
Very well deserved.
Well deserved. Our Defensive Player of the Year, Danny the Pick Machine Urbanik. Our Rookie of the Year, Matt Sturman. The Ali T. Muhammad Man of the Year, forever Williams. The man of the trenches, Lincoln Stewart. The comeback player of the year, Santino, the Italian Stallion Negron. The coach of the year, Commissioner Richard J. Rinaldi. The loudmouth of the year, Kyle QB1 Perucci. The horniest player of the season, none other than Jimmy Kuka.
There's only one.
Only one. The breakout player of the year, Khalil Daughtry. The QB of the year, Zach Barber. And our 23-24 BFFL WinterBash MVP is none other than Tyler the Hog Haight. Well-deserved, guys, on all your awards. Very well-deserved on all of them, guys. Keep hustling. Come back next season hungry for more. Tom, give us some shout-outs.
So first, I'd like to shout out Sean Chico Lease. Thank you for keeping your stats. Wilson, tough guy after knocking in with Chase. Shout out Wilson. Scott Snell, we'd like to shout out.
Great camera work.
John Giametta.
Thank you for letting us use the field.
Jordan Walsh for recording the live games and stuff. Thank you. Trey Davis and the Davis family.
The Davis family, what would we do without you?
What would we do? You helped us record an episode there as well. It was awesome. All the referees this year, everyone who took time out of their day to come help ref, appreciated very much. Jack Sheehy, great having you behind the camera. Thank you for everything you do.
The MVP of this league.
Commissioner Richard J. Rinaldi. Thank you for everything you do, Richard. All of our sponsors, a massive thank you for supporting us, tuning in, having us put your guys' logos on our jerseys and stuff. We really appreciate it. And last, but certainly not least, we'd like to thank all the fans and everyone who comes to the games and supports our players. It is very much appreciated, and we love seeing you guys.
We love seeing you guys there. You guys really make this league. This league is nothing without the fans and the followers we have for it. Keep following. Tell people you know about it. Make us get bigger than what we are right now. All right, guys.
Only the beginning.
Only the beginning. And as we're about to wrap up this episode, this isn't a goodbye. This is a brief see you later. Me and Tom, yes, we're going to stay doing this. Yes, we're going to be the kings of the Summer League and give you guys all things BFFL. But even before then, before the Summer League, me and Tom are still going to get together and still do everything flag. We will be doing a bunch of stuff in the future to make it more fun and worthwhile, including stuff like an all-time players list. That's something
at the top of our list.
That's something we have on our agenda. And just certain rumors and things going on around the league. Any beef if it's going on in the offseason. Any trash talking on the Instagram. We'll go through predictions for next season. Coach talk, trade talk, player talk, new team
Everything
talk.
We're gonna have
the
people
board
on.
talk.
Yeah, anything you can think of, we're going to make it better.
Special guest appearances, like you just said, is a big one as well.
We got a great trio here, me, you, and Jack, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Can't wait, guys. So listen, keep watching us. Watch this episode and watch the rest, or you know the word, or suck it. I'm Nick. This is Tom. Thank you for watching episode 8 of Around the Turf.
We'll see you guys soon.